is the Advanced Video 3IO3 compression group, and we're just going to do a quick screencast on taking a raw video file and converting it over to Apple ProRes, because Apple ProRes is actually a very popular format for maintaining a really high quality and working in Final Cut Pro. So it's important to make sure your video files are in ProRes format before bringing it into Final Cut, and you'll cut out a lot of problems and a lot of headaches and all that kind of stuff down the road. So the program we're going to open first is Compressor. So if you click on the Final Cut Studio icon, you go up to this little vault looking icon here. It's called Compressor. You open that up, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. Now you want to go ahead and grab your raw video file. So in our case, we're just going to go into Multimedia 303. We're going to do the Sony. We're going to go to the raw, and we're going to grab the Sony Traffic MP4, and we're going to drag it into this box right here. Now to find the ProRes presets in Compressor, you want to just go into this search dialog right here and type ProRes, and it'll all come up. There's three popular types. There's ProRes Regular, ProRes High Quality, and ProRes Proxy. All three of them, high quality is more for Blu-ray output, high definition production. Apple ProRes itself is designed for more just regular production, and then you have Proxy, which is more web-based, very, very small file size production. But all three of them are very friendly formats for Final Cut. It's not going to get too fussy, which is good. We're going to go ahead and use the Proxy version because we're, in this case, just getting the file ready for web. We're going to bring it up and drag it and drop it. There's two important things here. You want to look at the format and the destination. That's this over here. If you want to change destinations, you can click on this, and you can use any of the presets here, desktop or source. Source is just the folder your file is coming from, and there is also, you can add custom locations as well if you so choose. In our case, we want to just do source, put it right here, no problem at all. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the submit button, and that's going to bring a dialog box up so I can name it, and I'm just going to name it Sony Traffic ProRes. And hit the submit button. When you do that, it's just going to start rendering. We're going to make you guys sit here for the next 20 minutes and watch it render. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. We're going to have to do that anyways. So here we go. Hit submit, and now we have to wait. So the file is rendered. If you want to look just over here, back in our source folder, so you notice that our destination is the source, so put it back right in that folder we did there, and you see it's Sony Traffic Apple ProRes422 Proxy.mov. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually just going to show you how to quickly bring this into Final Cut and get you set up on the timeline, and we'll call it quits for the day. So we're going to go ahead and quit Compressor. No, I don't really want to save it. I don't care. I'm going to go down and open up Final Cut, which is the bottom one here. Let that load. So we're going to go over here to our browser, and we're going to, first of all, we want to name this sequence, so we'll just call it Sony Traffic. The sequence, by the way, just represents the timeline. So we're going to create a folder. It's called a new bin. We're going to name it footage, hit enter, and then we're going to right-click on that folder. We're going to go to import files. And we want to locate our raw video folder. And we want to find that file, which is the one we just exported from Compressor. We're going to click choose, and it's going to bring it right into our footage folder. If we open that up, it's right there. One of the neat things I like about Final Cut is if the timeline preset, the settings for the Sony Traffic sequence, doesn't match up with the Sony Traffic file, when you drag this over to our canvas, there is a dialog box that pops up in options here, and if we drag it over insert, it says, attention, the clip doesn't match the sequence settings. What you can do is actually get Final Cut to match the timeline with your sequence settings. You pretty much always want to do this, so you're going to click yes, and you can see it resets, and it wants you to render this video file. And once you render, you can basically just go sequence, render all, both. That means both video and audio. When that's done, this will be ready for editing, and you're good to start your editing.